Hey, how's it going? In this session, we're going to learn parameterization using factory annotation. So let's get started. I'm going to create a new test. Let's create a new class, shipping test. Let's call it as shipping test. So this will take care of the product shipping related stuff. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to add two member variables. So let's create private string name and private string address. We need both the name and address for shipping the products to customers. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a constructor, okay, for passing data to both these parameters. All right. So this constructor can take values for both the member variables. All right. Now let's add a test. Let's have at the right test annotation, and let's have our shipping test. So public void ship test. Okay, and here we'll have the code for shipping the product. Okay, so for the time being, let's have a print statement. Okay, that's enough for us. Okay, let's print the name, and let me write %s for the string, and then comma address, and here we can again put %s to represent the name and address strings. Well, here we can add name parameter, and the second variable representing is address. Okay, so now what it does is like this printf statement prints the string. So name will be replacing the first %s, and address, value of address, will be replacing the second %s. So you'll get your name and address printed here. All right. Now, how do we trigger this test? How do we parameterize this test? It should have different values for name and address, right? For each execution, for that we need to use at the right factory annotation. Okay, so now let's declare the method to supply data. Public static, then let's have an object array as the return type, and let's name it as maybe ship data. All right, now let's return the array of objects, right? Object array, and let's define the values. So let's create an object here, new, the object of type shipping class. Okay, so shipping test. So let's write shipping test, and here let's pass the parameters. Let's give name as J, and address as maybe 100 Gold Street. Okay, so we're creating one object here, right? And what are we doing? We are creating an object, passing the parameters to the constructor, name and address, right? One object is created here. So likewise, let's have one more. Okay, new, again shipping test, and here let's have a name, maybe Sarah, and its address 200 Main Street. Okay, and let's have a semicolon at the end of the return statement. Okay, so now we're creating two objects here. Okay, now let's execute the test. Okay, now let's see what happens. So let's click on here and click on run ship test and see what happens here. See, now the ship test executed twice. When it executed the first time, it executed with the values J and 100 Gold Street. Okay, when the first object is created, it has triggered the first test. The first iteration of the test ship test. Okay, and then it's executed again with different set of values. So 200 Main Street. You can see the values printed here as part of the execution of the second test. So what happens here is we are creating different objects using ship data method, and we have the @factory annotation here. Okay, so along with each of the object, the ship test is executed, right? So we have a class here, and we are creating an object of the same class here with different values, right? And whatever tests are available within this class, they will be executed for each of the instances created here. Okay, to understand it clearly, maybe we can have one more dummy test added, and let's understand that that one is also executed for each of the object created over here. Let's name it as ship test maybe 2, and let's change the print statement. Let's maybe print second test. Okay, all right, now let's execute all the tests in this class and let's see what happens. Now take a look at the result. Okay, now you can see that ship test is executed twice. Okay, the first one is with the first argument passed here, J 100 Wall Street, and it's executed again with the second instance, right? And now you can see that ship 2 is also executed twice. Okay, each time it has printed second test because we are not changing the parameters here, right? It's the hard-coded text that we are printing. Hope you got an idea about parameterization using factory annotation, and I'll see you in the next video.